Hi there guys, welcome back to the next video in my Kanto Solo Run series, where I aim to solo the game with a Pokemon chosen by our randomizer wheel. Let's recap the rules and get straight back into it. First off, the wheel decides which is 3 Pokemon, choose one of the 3 and we do the run with that Pokemon. Secondly, I can only use that Pokemon in battle, but I can catch utility Pokemon for HMs. Third, I can't heal in battle using items, but healing outside of battle is allowed, and moves like Recover and Rest also allowed. Fourth, I can use the Badge Boost glitch, because it's kind of unavoidable in Gen 1. Finally, I can use TMs and HMs. Now let's recap, let's get on with the video. Okay, now the rules are out of the way, let's get on with the wheel. So we've had a lot of first year evolution Pokemon so far. And first choice in Nidorino I'm not sold on. Maybe in a later run, but not for this one. I'm not feeling that one. Ooh, Clefairy. Normal first type evolution. That could be interesting. Okay, let's see what we get for the third one. Primeape. Oh, I really want to do a Primeape run, but I think Clefairy is going to be more interesting. Let's go with Clefairy. Okay, now we've chosen Clefairy, let's get on with the run. So let's have a chat about Clefairy. Clefairy in itself is quite mediocre in terms of its base stats. Its best stat is its base 70 HP, and then special are around about 60. So it's definitely going to be a special attacker we're going to have to move forward with. For this video, we're going to go with the rival being DJ Shadow. Again, if you want to check out some great Pokemon content, done a few solo runs with like Gen 4 Pokemon on Fire Red, but he also does quite a lot with the likes of his Metronome battle series right now. It's actually some really fun battles that I've seen in that where Metronome is your main move that you can use. Anyway, let's go back to Clefairy and make sure to check out DJ Shadow's channel. I'll link it in the description for you. Clefairy starts off with 2 moves. It starts off with Pound and it starts off with Growl. So early game Growl actually will be a very useful move, especially against Brock. If we can get all the Growls set up against both the Onix and the Geodude, we might be able to get through quite quickly. And now we've set up the Growls as well, it means that we're going to pretty much take over in HP with using Pound against Bulbasaur. I chose Bulbasaur for the final round because Charizard is weak to Thunder, Blastoise is weak to Thunder as well, and then you got Venusaur, which is a bit bulkier than the other two, which will be weak to Ice Beam, but I thought it might just be, we don't do many Venusaur rival runs, so I thought, let's try a Venusaur rival run. So, going up against the Junior Trainer, we actually don't have too much of a problem. We haven't learned Sing yet, we get that level 13. But this Sandshrew starts to become a problem. It continues to use Scratch and we lose at level 10, so we're going to have to be at least level 12 to see how we do against this. We've got a bit more HP, a bit more attack, and now we can do half damage to a Diglett. So that goes down in just 2 hits, we're at level 13 and we learn Sing, which is a really good move despite how inaccurate it is. If we can set somebody to sleep, there's a chance that they can stay asleep up to 7 turns in Gen 1. Sleep tactics in Gen 1 are ridiculously overpowered. If you got Sleep Powder, Hypnosis, you've got a very good chance of getting a lot of hits in before any damage is really done to you. And just by having that one move there and getting it to sleep, you can see how much it affected that battle there. I mean, we were level 13, but now we've got these moves. Let's see how we do against Brock. So the most annoying thing about Brock in Gen 1 is each of his Pokemon have 6 full heals. So if I wanted to put it to sleep, we probably can't do it in this battle because of how inaccurate Sing is. It's only got 55 accuracy. So to be fair, by the time we've used Sing and all of those full heals up, he's probably used Defense Curl enough so that we can't actually do much against him. I mean, he's a rock Pokemon and very high defense, so we're not going to win this battle. So I track back to the rival outside of Viridian. We are still level 13, so I'm going to see how quickly we can do this, get a few more XP points, because going against this rival just about as quick as going against like a load of Metapods in Viridian Forest. by the time you track back as well. So in terms of the time that you would lose, you probably don't lose too much in terms of the difference. Once we've put the Bulbasaur to sleep, £3, is going to be more than enough. Forgot it had Leech Seed. If it hadn't had Leech Seed, that would have been 2-hit KO. And we can go into the battle at level 14. But I'm not sure this is still going to be enough. We don't have great attack. So I actually level up to level 18 where we get Double Slap. And this was a key move for us. Double Slap can hit a multiple amount of times, which means that potentially you could hit up to 5 times and only use 1 power point. Meaning we can conserve the pound power points for quite a while. The downside to this though, it's got very low power. It's only 15 base power, so when Geodude's got all of its defense curls up, it means that Double Slap pretty much either misses or just does 1 damage, so it's not as reliable, I would say. But against the Onix, considering it doesn't increase its defense, it only reduces yours with Screech, we can spam Sing, get rid of all of the full heals and hopefully keep it asleep, use Growl and reduce its attack, and because it uses Screech, it means it becomes a battle against the clock. See how much damage Tackle did there? It's really starting to do a lot of damage, so we've got to go for the win here. We've got to make sure that we don't get hit by Bide. But thankfully, I've sped that up to about 400 times speed because that battle took a long time to do. A lot of back and forth. So now we've beaten Brock, we can move on to Cerulean. It means we're actually quite a high level going into Cerulean just to begin with. We pick up Water Gun in Mount Moon. We will get Bubble Beam in a bit, but just for the rival battle on the bridge, it's not that too bad of a move to use. Pound also does around about the same amount of damage, so you can alternate between the two. Abra's got terrible defense, so we're going to use Double Slap, take it out in 1. Rattata comes out, I'm going to use Double Slap again. Hopefully we can hit enough times it takes it out. Doesn't this time. That's one of the more annoying things about these multi-turn hits. You could get good luck and get 5 hits with it, but when it comes down to it, more than likely, because the eye and luck doesn't really like you, you're only going to get two hits on it. But we quite comfortably take out the rival. So next up is Misty, and I'm not too sure how that battle's really going to go from the outset. We are high level, we can put things to sleep, but it's not all too reliable. But the Staryu shouldn't be a problem. We've beaten trainers on Nugget Bridge, so if we can hit Sing, put it to sleep, we've got a good chance of winning. But first 3 times I use Sing, it doesn't hit. 4th time it finally does, and we can start using Pound to take down the Staryu. And it goes down after 2 hits, 1 being a critical hit. So next up is the Starmie. If we can get the Sing off early, we will have a chance of winning. Annoyingly, it does increase its own defense, and that's how much Pound does. Strangely, Pound is still probably one of our best moves right now, especially against Misty. I'm going to use Double Slap for a little bit, just to see how many hits we get, but it's not really doing too much, and Water Gun hits with massive damage. We managed to hit Sing straight away, and we can use Double Slap, we get a canny few hits there, and then Double Slap, it's going to take another one with Pound, and there we go, we finally win. So, quite a long battle, and we learn now one of the key moves for this run, and that is Minimize. So if you're not too sure what Minimize is a move that increases your evasion, but it does it not over like 2 stages, it does it via 1 stage per time you use it. Which means, if you take badge boosting into consideration, you've got 6 chances to increase your stats, which is great. It means that we can. This is where the run honestly gets so quick. We don't really lose a battle for quite a while. We've also picked up Body Slam, fantastic move, my favourite. Confusion's not going to do much against us because of our special. Body Slam's got a 1-hit. We are level 29, of course, which is massively over level for what I wanted to be at this point in the game, but already at this stage in the game, I'm thinking we might be able to do this full game. And we lost. We might be able to do this full run without using rare candies. And that's not something I've actually done yet. I haven't managed to get through this entire series yet of doing these solo runs where I've found a Pokemon and not used rare candies. I think I even used 1 or 2 on Gengar just to give it like an extra level or 2 to get through. But either way, I reckon it's possible with Clefairy. The moveset that it gets and the potential of its stats. Honestly, I think we could be looking at a top tier Pokemon here. And I'm already seeing that so early on into this run. Whereas right at the start when I looked at everything Clefairy has, I was thinking, it's probably going to be mediocre. But the further you get through after Misty, the more and more Clefairy starts to shine. So going into the Tendon Surge, first up is Voltorb. We're paralysed going into this battle, so we're going to just set up Minimize. Hopefully we're not going to get hit. And there we go, we've got about 3 or 4 off right now. We're going to go for the full 6. And we do get hit by Screech. At this point in the game, we don't have the Badge Boost glitch for most of the stats. We've only really got it for 1. We'll get another one after Surge, which I think is Speed. And we pretty much get through the entire team without taking any damage. I mean, Body Slam just decimates Surge. If we didn't get Body Slam at this early point in the game, I reckon a lot of these runs would be a lot slower. Just generally, I reckon a lot of them will be slower. Moving on to Celadon, we go up to the roof of the department store and we get Ice Beam, one of the crucial moves, and then we also take a detour off to Saffron and get Psychic. So we're already looking right now at the moveset that is going to take us through to the champion. We've got Psychic, we've got Ice Beam, we've got Thunderbolt, and we've got Minimize. Those 4 moves alone are such an amazing combination for solo runs. Especially in Gen 1. You've got Ice Beam, which can take out all the Dragon types. You've got Thunderbolt, which can take out Lorelei's Pokemon. You've got Psychic, which takes out both Bruno and Agatha's Pokemon. And then it's got good coverage for the rival's final Pokemon, even against Venusaur being the last one. Against Erica here, we are kind of overleveled right now because we have with that balance in the levels is going to start shifting soon as we start getting to Silphcore. Psychic's going to take out the Vileplume in 2, and we've managed to beat that battle while we're poisoned as well. So now we've beaten Erica. Next thing to do is go beat Giovanni in the Rocket Game Corner. And considering the moveset we've got, this is going to be a very easy battle. In fact, there's like I said earlier, there's not many other Pokemon in this, or trainers in this whole run, that Clefairy's not going to struggle against. We've got coverage, like some of the best coverage moves, some of the most powerful moves in Gen 1, and we've got Minimize as well to increase our evasion should things go awry. So Giovanni goes down without much of a problem. We need to go over to Lavender Tower next so we can beat the rival, and then we can open up the game a bit more. And I'm already thinking, you know what? Going at Koga would be easy. We've got Psychic. Going over to Cinnabar Island and beating Blaine would probably also be quite easy, even at level 39. What's going to be the most difficult route here that I can put myself through and also save a bit of time? And that's probably to go through Silphcore. Reason why I'm talking over most of these battles as well is, come on, we're on video 23 right now. You've seen all of these battles, you know which sort of order I go in. I want to talk more, I want to start talking more about the Pokemon and the strategies that I use going through these videos. Because I don't feel like I talk about it enough. And it's really, honestly, going through this run with Clefairy, I had so much fun. It was a very fun Pokemon to use, considering when I first looked at it, I was just like, nah, this is not going to do very well. This is going to be a hard run. This is not a hard run whatsoever. I honestly think Clefairy might rival Gengar. That's what I'm saying right now. We're going to have to wait until the end to find out the end time. But I reckon Clefairy can rival Gengar. And if not Clefairy, then whenever Clefable comes up on the wheel, I reckon they're going to be the Pokemon that challenge each other. Interesting thing about Clefairy as well is a lot of rumours that go around about it, especially with Gengar. Considering, like, their overall body shapes of the character designs. There's actually a lot of theories out there that Clefairy is like the alive version, and then Gengar is like the dead version of Clefairy. That's what it came back as when it became a ghost. And I think that's a very interesting theory. I don't know whether I fully believe it or not. Theories, unless they're proven, I never fully believe them. I just think it's really cool though. And another interesting fact about Clefairy, which I'd say a lot of people are very much aware of, Clefairy was actually supposed to be the original mascot of Pokemon. And going through this run, I can honestly see why it might have been. The move coverage, yeah, it's a normal Pokemon, and probably not as cute as Pikachu, but I honestly think that is a really interesting fact that Clefairy of all Pokemon was supposed to be the mascot. But the reason why it wasn't when Pokemon released was pretty much down to the fact that Clefairy's pink. Which I know sounds really stupid in this day and age, but it came down to the fact that Clefairy's pink, and in Western markets, they thought that Clefairy would not engage enough with male players. That is literally the reason. And I find that in this day and age, that's very weird to say that just because of that reason it wouldn't. But marketing in itself it's a weird thing. Demographics of people are a weird thing. Okay, I've waffled on enough about some Clefairy facts right now, but let's go back to this battle that we're actually at right now. We've gone back to Koga. We've beat Silphcore very easily, and I'm not even going into this battle at full health. We are level 47, so we are massively over-leveled. In terms of the leveling up group, Clefairy's actually in the fast level up group, so I'm not surprised that we are actually very over-leveled for this point in the game. We've only got a few gym leaders left, and then we're on to the Elite Four. So, which one are we going to do next? We're going to go for Blaine next, and out of all of the gym leaders, I honestly think he might be one of the harder ones. So we're going to set up Minimize. This is... You're probably thinking, but Minimize is kind of like a double team strat. Kind of, yes, but with a lot of the Pokemon that I actually teach double team to via TM, yeah, I would say that's kind of a cop-out. But Clefairy learns it naturally. So if it learns it naturally, I'm not as averse to using the likes of double team or Minimize it on a run if it already learns it naturally. If I have to go out my way and get it, which I wouldn't say you have to go out your way and get it. You can get it in the Safari Zone right after the Gold Teeth. That's when I kind of draw the line with it being a bit of a cop-out, and I start ranking Pokemon a bit lower down on the tiering list. So, yeah. In the end, Blaine didn't actually end up to be a problem. Sabrina, again, probably not going to be a problem. We do have good special. We will probably... No, we don't even outspeed. That's actually quite interesting. We don't outspeed 11 levels above. So, just to ensure that we do, we're going to start badge boosting with Minimize. As you can see, Psybeam's starting to do less and less damage thanks to it. And it's not hitting. So, ooh, we got them all off right in time. So now we can start using Ice Beam. We can start taking out all the Pokemon. Pretty much all of them here are going to be one-shots. They're all special moves. Our special is really high. I always forget that Venomoth is not weak against Ice Beam in this gen. Probably would have been better using Thunderbolt there. Or Psychic. I mean, it's Bug Poison, I think, so yeah, Psychic would have been the better option. It's not even a Psychic Pokemon, which kind of raises the question, why Sabrina even got it on a team when there's other Psychic Pokemon you could have had, like Hypno. Like, if I could have changed any Pokemon on Sabrina's team, it would have been a Hypno. Or even, as soon as she's gotten a Kadabra, even Drowsy would have been better. Anyway, coming up to Giovanni. Last battle against Giovanni, and we are just decimating through his team with Ice Beam. We even outspeeded the Doug Trio there, which is typically a really fast Pokemon. Psychic's going to be a 2-hit KO on the Nidoqueen and the Nidoking at this rate. Unless we get a critical hit, I don't think will be a one-shot KO. Yep, we didn't get the critical, so it's going to be a 2-hit KO. Horn Attack does alright damage, to be fair. And we're level 52 now. I still haven't used any rare candies, and right now I'm not planning on it. Ice Beam's going to take out the Rhydon in 2 hits. And this is where the power creep's starting to come back into balance a bit. So normally, if I was about 4 or 5 levels higher, that would have just one-shot straight away. But because the level cap's now starting to get back up to where I am, it means that most Pokemon are now going to be a couple of hits to take out. Coming against the rival before the Elite Four, we have Pidgeot coming out first. Ice Beam is going to be a 2-hit KO. And I haven't used any Minimize yet. I'm going to use it against a different Pokemon of his roster. Rhyhorn comes out. And this is where we start using Minimize. Rhyhorn is slow, it's got Horn Drill, and its other attacks aren't great, so it's actually a good Pokemon to start using Badge Boost Glitch on. It becomes a lot more difficult in the very final rival battle because it doesn't go into Pidgeot and then a Rhyhorn, it goes Pidgeot and then Alakazam. So moving into Gyarados, it's probably going to be one hit with Thunderbolt now we've set up. It is. And that means I'm not going to be worried about Gyarados for once in a video. Growlithe comes out, it's going to be a 2-shot with Psychic. And that could be a little bit problematic for the final battle. Alakazam comes out, and this is the big worry for these battles. And thinking about it, strangely the best strat I can think about is hoping for that frozen chance. When you use Ice Beam, there's a 10% chance that Ice Beam will freeze the target. And that could be big, that could be huge later down the line. Psychic's going to take out the Venusaur in 2. You know, thinking about it, Blastoise might have been a harder challenge for Clefairy in this run. Psychic is a very powerful move. Moving into Elite Four, we still haven't used rare candies at this point, and we're moving into Lorelei battle. Thunderbolt is going to be the main move we use here. And thankfully, the Dugong only knows, it knows Growl, so what it's actually going to do, instead of hindering us, we've only got special moves. It's reducing our attack, but it's boosting all of the other stats because of the Badge Boost glitch. I think I've spoken about it already in this video. If a stat is raised or lowered, every other stat gets increased by 12.5%. That's the premise of the Badge Boost glitch. But if you level up during that battle, those increases get reset. So you've got to also, when you're doing these runs, kind of keep an eye on your experience points until the next level. Because if you level up mid-battle, then you've also got to think, right, I either need to set up again, or I've already used all of it to set up, so I actually can't do anything more. So it's quite an interesting way that the glitch works. And it's one that solo runners have utilised quite a lot. I mean, J-Rose uses it quite a lot. It's the first one that comes to mind when I think about solo runs in Gen 1. I need to find other YouTubers as well who do Gen 1 solo runs so I can learn from you guys as well. If you are a Gen 1 solo runner, please link yourself in a comment so I can check out your channel and possibly put you as a rival for the next run. Moving into Lapras, Thunderbolt is going to be a 3-hit KO. We're actually not doing very much damage against it, but Lapras is a very bulky Pokemon. I'm looking forward to when that one comes up on the wheel so that I can see if that can rival Gengar. Because it is such a powerhouse of Gen 1. I reckon it actually will do very, very well. Moving into Bruno, we know we're going to win this one. Unless the Hitmonlee or the Machamp outspeed us, which I don't think they will do, Psychic is pretty much going to one-shot everything. Or Ice Beam's going to one-shot the Onix. But if it hits us with Submission, that could be problematic. If Hitmonlee had hit us with Rolling Kick there, that again could have been problematic. And we level up right before Machamp. Psychic is going to be a 2-hit KO, and thankfully it doesn't use Submission. We probably would have lost if it had used Submission. But, as usual, Bruno is very easy. Can't remember the last Pokemon that I did a run with where Bruno actually beat us. I'm sure I have done one run so far where he has, but it's very, very rare that happens. Agatha, on the other hand, is a problem. But thankfully with Minimize we can utilise the Badge Boost glitch. and pretty much 1 or 2 shot her Pokemon. Psychic or Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be a 2-shot KO by most standpoints. Annoyingly here, I'm actually in a bit of trouble. So Gengar here, oh wow. If I don't outspeed here, I'm going to lose this battle. And I really don't want to lose. Oh, and Toxic takes us out. So for the first time since I think Misty, we lose a battle. Oh no, it was the SSN, might have been. No, it might have been Misty. So we haven't lost a battle in a hell of a long time. And I think that one came down to just pure RNG luck. Once we've set up Minimize, we should be able to get through this quite easily. We do get confused here, but thankfully we haven't been put to sleep, so Dream Eater won't hit us. I need to conserve power points for Psychic for the rest of the Pokemon, so Ice Beam takes out that Pokemon. Golbat's going to go down with an Ice Beam. We do get a critical hit there, so I don't know if that was a range. Haunter comes out. We're going to use Thunderbolt. Oh no, we're going to use Minimize, sorry. Let's just get that evasion right up, and we've got to go for the win now. If we get hit now, we've lost, so we need to go for the win. Thankfully it uses Dream Eater. It still doesn't take it out. That's very annoying. Ice Punch takes it out. Arbok comes out. Will Psychic one-shot? It does this time. And Gengar comes out this time. Toxic doesn't hit, so we've got... Yes, we should win. We've won. We've won. Okay, so Agatha took 2 tries, which I wasn't expecting at the time. Considering how fast we're getting through this run, considering how little we've been losing, how quickly we get through battles. This is going to be an amazing end time. Annoyingly, when Lance comes up, we get hit by Hydro Pump straight away. We don't outspeed it, so we have to try this again. We've got to hope he doesn't use Hydro Pump and hope that it doesn't hit. But it does. But it was a... That first one must have crit us, because I didn't... That is very weird. Okay. Well, we've got through it. Dragon Rage is going to hit us. We're going to use Minimize. Hit Hyper Beam misses. And once we set up the Minimize, this should... The Clefairy should sweep. Slam does hit us there, which is not good. So we've got to go for the win now. We've got to go for it. Because it's set up Agility, it still outspeeds us, but because this one doesn't, we can take it out in 1 hit. Do we take out the Aerodactyl in 1 hit? Even after Badge Boosting, that Aerodactyl is still quicker. That is interesting. I really want to do an Aerodactyl run. And there we beat Lance. We're level 59 here, going into the rival battle with a Clefairy. I don't know how this is going to go. If Alakazam gets good luck, it's going to take us out in 1, but we'll soon see. So, we're going to start off with Minimize against the Pidgeot. Because it doesn't have agility this time. It's either going to spam Whirlwind, Mirror Move, Wing Attack, or it's got Sky Attack as well. Sky Attack, probably one of the better things it could do against us. It gives us a turn to use a Minimize. And Alakazam comes out. So I'm going to use one more Minimize. Wow, that does a lot of damage. And we're confused. This is not good. Oh, we lose. Okay, so very bad luck on our part there. Can't believe that. That's really annoying. Okay, so Minimize. Sky Attack does hit and does 100 damage. This is not good. And Pidgeot Mirror Moves Minimize as well. Please don't start spamming that. We need to get the full Minimize set up if we're going to have a chance of doing this battle at the HP we're on now. And Pidgeot starts glowing again. Sky Attack thankfully misses, so we can use Thunderbolt and take out the Pidgeot. Okay, so next up is the Alakazam, the one that gave us the problems. Ice Beam, let's see if we can get the freeze. And we do, we get the 10% freeze, chat. Oh, Clefairy, your luck is very good on this run. Rhydon comes out, let's use Ice Beam. Should be a 1-hit KO, it is. And we leveled up. Ah, that's not good. And that means we can't take out Gyarados in 1 hit. There's still a chance we can win this though. If we get hit by the likes of Leah, that actually boosts our stats again. But we can't use any more Minimize to increase our stats, so we've got to rely on what we've got right now. Psychic's going to be a 4-hit KO on Arcanine. It has got good specials, so that's the reason why it's not doing very much. And we've got to hope... Oh no, it's using Solar Beam and outspeeds. Please don't hit. It hits us. Oh no. No. 15 HP. Come on. Yes. I cannot believe Solar Beam hit us there. We had a full minimize. Oh, that is really... That's lucky. That is very lucky. Okay. Well, that concludes it. We've beaten the game with Clefairy. But the thing that I'm most interested right now, what was our end time? I didn't even take note of what level we were on that final battle. So here we go. We finished the game at level 61. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And now 3 hours and 44 minutes. It's a lot slower than Gengar. That is still ridiculously quick though, considering most of our runs have ended in like the 4-hour mark. Oh, I'm so annoyed that was not quicker or even quite close to beating Gengar. Oh well. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, you know, all that YouTube stuff. And if you are subscribing, please make sure your privacy settings are set so I can see who's subscribed. That way I can put you as the rival for the next video. I hope you're having a great day. And of course, take care. We'll see you next time.